Hi, Asaf.
Hello.
How are you?
Never been better.
Then why are you here?
I have to be negative?
Sorry.
I have to be negative?
You just be regular.
That's my regular. I'm
Okay.
positive.
Asaf, so tell me, there's a reason why you wanted to come to me?
Yeah, recently I've been having some stress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, probably some of it is the age. Some of them is some consequences of the situation. And I'm looking to diversify the way I'm dealing with this stress and a little bit of pains.
Yes. What kind of pain?
Comes and goes, things that I didn't have, let's say, 5-6 years ago. I had a kidney issue, and then it reflects on the way I perceive risk in my health, and which I'm not sure it's actually even there. I feel a little bit stressed about the situation with the war.
Yeah.
And what's happening in Israel and about the future, and it affects my daily perception of life.
Yes.
And sometimes I think just the stress of being, 40 plus with 4 children, that's stressful enough. So
Yes.
whatever works.
Just so you know, in Chinese medicine, kidneys that you just mentioned is related to the changes in our lives and fear of the unknown. It's tied to fear. So if there's any underlying stress because of the changes that are happening in Israel, we live in Israel, and then we have the war. It could be related, Tell me more about the kidney issues.
I had a kidney issue maybe a year plus ago. First time I met this kind of pain. I think part of it was very severe pain as it is physically, but some of it because it was fear from something I didn't know. That one went away and came back after almost 1 year again. Then the pain was the same pain, but I didn't have the panic. I knew what's going on, but my issue became that do I have to live like that for the next whatever
Did
few
you have
decades?
pain in your lower back? This is the pain
I
you're
had
talking
pain
about?
in my a little bit in my lower left back for a few days. Comes and goes, comes very abruptly within 10 minutes from 0 to 100. And after a few days and painkillers, it went away. It was flushed into the.
Do you have any kidney stones?
So at this very second, I believe not, but I think I reached the point that I have a condition. Yeah.
Yes.
It will come.
So you went to the hospital for kidney stones and
Yes.
they diagnosed it?
Yeah, they saw the stone. At some point, it got stuck in the
Urinary tract. Yes.
urinary tract, and they had to release it with some invasive procedure. And after 2 months, it came again.
Wow.
This time I got some kind of medication that expands the urinary channels, and for now I think it went away. I'm waiting for an ultrasound in a month to know if it's there or not. So
I see. Wow. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So that stuff can be stressful.
That's the thing. It's stressful because it affects the daily life, and just the notion that I have to perhaps live with that for the next few decades. That's something I didn't know before. I was perfectly healthy, and that really a little bit bothers me.
I understand. In Chinese medicine, we see that kidney stones happen because of the kidney qi deficiency. So what does that mean? As we get older, kidney's energy actually declines. This is just how it is. And kidney is the holder of our essential energy. And with stress, it gets aggravated, and it makes sense to me. Just in the time that you're experiencing stress, and you suddenly have these kidney stones, and not everybody has it. Not everybody who has stress will have kidney stones. So in your case, you have a tendency of accumulating what we call a damp heat in the lower jaw, lower part of your body, and this is a tendency that can happen according to your constitution or lifestyle. And I know that you're worried that you might have it for the next 10 years, but it may not be. It doesn't have to be like that. With acupuncture and herbs, actually, it can be managed very well. And there are a few things involved here. You mentioned pain. So acupuncture can actually help you with the pain. And another thing it can do is it will strengthen your kidneys. So it'll function better. And the third thing is that you can, when you have this issue, you don't pee so well, probably. You don't urinate so well, and you can improve that as well.
Looking forward.
Yes. So shall we?
Yeah, why not?
All right. So let's get started. So Asaf talked about stress, and in turn it affected his kidneys. It makes sense to me in the TCM concept. Kidney holds the essence, life essence, and now I'm going to treat him on his back, on his stomach. First, his backside will be with the needles and some points on his wrist, and a couple of points in his legs. So these are my favorite points when you're stressed. We call this the Buddha's triangle because this point in the lung meridian and this point in the pericardium meridian and this point right here in the heart meridian together, they create a calmness in the Shen, calms the Shen, and it helps you breathe better, it helps you regulate your nervous system, and it expands your heart so you feel the sense of release. So we set him up like this first. And now we're going to the kidney point. These are the kidney points along the meridian of the bladder, kidney points. And we are also now going to go here. These points promote urination and makes it easier, and also it strengthens the kidney function. Now we're moving on to the feet. We're going to do kidney number 2, located right here between the colors. You see the white part and the red portion of the body. There's a line there. This is kidney number 2. This also tonifies and strengthens the kidney. Another important point in the kidney, this point will drain the damp heat. After 20 minutes, we remove these needles. Okay, and we're going to help him turn over. So on the front side of the body, we have more points. On this side, we get much more specific and we regulate the energy. What does that mean, regulating the energy? We have energy flows in our body, and then I can move the dampness, move the heat, which in turn you can understand as inflammation. And we can actually strengthen things that are weaker. So let's get started. So this point right here will help him urinate better. And so does this point. And this point here strengthens and regulates the fluid movement in our body. This one, important point for regulating our hormones. I'm taking now a thinner needle than these ones. These part of the body I use thicker needles, and here I need to use thinner one because we have more nerve endings. Here I'm going to reinforce the kidney number 2 that I did earlier. and for him to have, he has liver fire. I'm going to put this point right here to cool down his liver. And I saw also that he had stomach heat. This point will help the stomach heat go down.